Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Just wanted to make a quick little overview video here about the plan that I'm going to be doing here, this half marathon plan. I would have briefly talked about it in a little intro, but essentially just wanted to go through it week by week, just real quickly. There's kind of three main blocks, periods within this 14-week plan. So essentially, I'm going to be starting off with a base of like 3 or 4 weeks or so of, running regular mileage. I mean, just easy running, maybe hitting that 40, 50, 60K mark or something like that for a few weeks. And then I'm going to start introducing some lighter workouts. So first week, real quick, I only have like a target of 45 kilometers on there. A couple of just easy workouts, like a fartlek run with just some minute-long intervals, just throwing it in there, a 4x1 kilometer at just a steady pace, stuff like that, just building things up really easily. We do have a little bit of a tougher workout in week 2, but I mean, it's still pretty easy. It's just 2 minutes. It's just a short ladder, like 2-minute interval, 90-second interval, minute, 30 seconds, then back down. Nothing too bad. Start off with a little tempo run. And I don't really do a whole lot more than that until, I get into week 3 and 4. Another kind of interval session here, some 800s. This one's actually a little bit of a monster workout, but it's going to be a test early on. It's 3x800 at 5K. You got some recovery in there. Then you got 3x400. You've got a 5-minute recovery. Then you do 10-minute tempo, do some rest, and then do some sharp 200s at the end. And that's just going to be like an actual gut check workout week 3. It's early enough that even if it doesn't go to plan, it's not a big deal. But it's far enough in that I'll have already done a few workouts and I won't probably injure myself. Then getting into one of my favorites, 3x2K. And again, I mean, I'll go into all this in more detail as I go along, but essentially the first block is just starting to get some intervals in there and just getting some repeats in there, starting to build that endurance at some paces and really not even building up the long run too much, like 16, 18, 16. It's week 5 before I even hit the 21K mark. And then I start kind of building things up from there. So the first 4 is more about short and sharp type of efforts. Week 5 through, I'm going to say 8 is more about longer efforts, getting in some pace on my long run, getting a nice 23K long run in, dropping it back down a little bit, but still doing some alternating kilometers in that long run. That's something I'm going to do more of this time around, is getting more work in on that Sunday long run. And I'm just going to skip ahead here because I don't want to spend too much time going through everything when I'm going to be breaking this down anyway later on in other videos. But getting some longer, this is all on 5 days of running a week, by the way, except for a couple of weeks near the end where I'm getting up in that 85, 90 miles. I'm going to be running 6. I do have Mondays and Fridays in most other weeks booked as recovery days. That's because I'm doing a run streak. I'm still going to get on and do a minimum mile, but I'm not counting it in my calculations for the week here. I'm going to do just whatever it is that day it is. But if I just get on there and do the minimum mile or whatever, just to keep the run streak alive, great. I'm going to get some really nice long runs in here around week 9 and 10, a 26K and a 32K. I'm going to do that 20 miler, and I'm going to throw a 10K time trial in there. So 14K for the day total, but a 2K warm-up, 2K cool-down, and just a nice 10K time trial in there 3 weeks out from the half marathon. And that's just to kind of freshen up, get myself into race form mentally more so than anything. And then right into one more 20-miler a couple weeks out from race day. Things kind of taper off a little bit, peaking around that 90-kilometer mark, and then dropping down to 60, and then race week. So looking forward to it. I think, this is all based around a 140 half marathon, going sub 140. I've attempted this a couple of times. My half marathon PR right now is a 142.22. Definitely could have hit 140 on the day on my last attempt. It just... no excuses, but it just wasn't the day, but I felt like I was in shape for it. But anyway, just a little brief overview. I'll get into more detail in some subsequent videos, but thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one, guys.